This year, I've been racing a 1.5 liter Yaris in the TRD series. The car has done a lot better than expected, but now it's time for the final round of the year. This event is being held on the clockwise configuration of Streets of Willow. It's the shortest track of the year, but shorter lap times mean less room for improvement. At the last few events, the Yaris hasn't exactly been reliable. I've recently replaced the fuel pump to mitigate some of these issues. With everything unpacked, I've got to unhook all the towing hardware, get the tire pressures where they need to be, and get ready for the first session. Okay, behind the 8 ball a little bit today. My first session's already started, so I'm just gonna go out there and just make sure we remember the track. All right, you're good, man. Okay, so session 1 is all done. We got out there a little bit late, but it meant we weren't in traffic, and the car is consistently running a 132, a low 132. And my personal best before was a 133, so I'm already up for the day. The only question is, can I actually beat people that are here for the enthusiast class here today in the TRD series? 4 of which I know have beaten me in the past. And this is a track that a lot of them go to very often. I actually haven't run clockwise here in over a year. So I'm excited to improve, but I really want to improve enough to beat them. If I can do a 131, I think I'll be happy with that, but my goal is a 130. With luck, that would secure me a podium today. It won't secure me a podium for the championship. I'm already out of contention for that. I'm a solid 4th place in the championship this year. There's just too many strong competitors. Today is all going to be about getting a podium at this event. Actually, strike that. Today is not just about getting a podium at this event, because I want to check out some of these enthusiast class cars. Enthusiast class has grown a lot this year, with 10 competitors and 4 showing up to 5 or more events. Of all of them though, Kevin's AE86 is by far the prettiest. Adam and his blue BRZ have been my closest competitors all season, with most events having us finish within tenths of each other. Luke and his BRZ are just plain fast, but what I really wanted to check out was Nathaniel's car, a 2002 Corolla.
Built 2ZZ, but it's only running on low cam right now. It's not on high cam. And then once it's mostly all sorted out, retune, go on high cam, and get all the power out of it. It's all good. Motor's fine. I'll fix that at home. Call it a day.
Nathaniel's oiling issues meant he was done for the day, but he had already set a fast time. With the cold morning temperatures though, there was a chance for me to beat it in later sessions. So looking at everybody else's times from the first session, I've got some work to do. Adam is already on a 131. Nathaniel is on a 130. Kevin and Luke are both sub 130. I don't think I'm gonna get to there. A 131 is definitely possible. A 130 would be really, really good. If I can do like a 139, that would be great. It would not be enough for a podium even now, because Nathaniel's already gone quicker than that. But I don't know, the conditions might get better and I might be able to work towards it. This car has a faster lap time in it. It's just what I just need to bring it out. Okay, so a little bit of improvement, not as much as I would like. Official time says I'm at a 1:32.15. The temperature didn't pick up as much as I thought it was going to, so hopefully session 3 we've got some nicer temperatures. But after second session we always have a driver's meeting in case there are any issues, so I'm gonna head over there. How are the 0.5s working? Everybody making it clear and keeping traffic flowing? Speed Ventures is really good at track day organization, and they even have professional driving coaches.
Breaking a straight line, all right, you do all your rotation here. You're going to just try and consider this end of the turn where the apex is, so it's kind of late apex as far as that part of the turn. And then you just accelerate out and you slowly wash out all the way out to the end.
Okay.
So,
one of my favorite things about the TRD series is that even though we're competing, we're all rooting for each other. Everybody wants to see every other competitor go faster. So whether you need help improving your lap time or have someone eyeball a sticker for you, someone is always willing to help. Since I wasn't entirely sure I'd fixed the fuel cut issue from Chuckwalla, I was fueling up between each session. Halfway through the day, I also rotated the tires so that they wear evenly. This set of RS4s is coming up on 10 track days, so I might honestly shave a second just from changing tires. With the third session underway, the lap times were improving, but nowhere near as quickly as I wanted them to. I managed to dip into the 131s, but be it traffic or mistakes, I couldn't get any faster. On top of that, the temperature had stayed cool, so if I wanted to improve, I was going to have to do it on merit. And I feel like a broken record saying this, but once again, I started to get a little greedy and push too hard. After going off track, I wanted to check for damage to the oil pan and anything underneath the car. Luckily, it was all fine, but coming off track, something sounded like it was rattling around in the suspension, and I wanted to check. And boy, am I glad I did. One of the subframe bolts had started to back out. This is probably from when we installed the front sway bar, and I was just glad that I had the tools to tighten it down at least a little bit with me. It was never exactly a dealership level install, but hopefully it'll hold. Okay, subframe is all good now, but I would love to get some thread locker on it. I don't think, honestly, that was affecting my time too much. It probably just made the suspension a little less predictable. But I don't think confidence in the suspension was my issue. So I don't think that's gonna be a magic bullet that gets us, an extra second or whatever. Having everything on the car working is nothing but a good thing. So we've got one more session that counts for the TRD series, and then there's a bonus session, and I would really like to go out for that because this is gonna be my last track day of the year. So I wanna stick around for the bonus session this time. As the day went on, no one seemed to really be improving massively, which meant there was opportunity for me to sneak in and make up the 6/10 deficit to Adam. As long as I didn't end up like this guy, I'd be fine. The Yaris has absurd amounts of grips, and the downhill into this left-hander is one of my favorite parts.
Of course, it's a front-wheel drive car, which means it only has that grip when you're on full throttle, and when you let off the throttle, the back wants to come around ahead of you.
Okay, well, sort of an anticlimactic end to the TRD series. Adam didn't go faster in his 4th session. I went, a couple thousandths faster, not the 6/10 that I needed. And that, honestly, that was the battle for 4th anyway. Nathaniel set down a very fast time before he decided to not run it anymore. Luke and Kevin are sub 130, so yeah, this is not the weekend for the Yaris. Looking at Nathaniel's car, though, does point out that I have been going around about mods kind of wrong. If I put a limited slip diff and a 6-speed in this, oh boy, it would rip. There's only so much of that I can do and stay in enthusiast class. So I would have to figure out whether I want to do that, because honestly, the times for street class aren't that much quicker. And if the mods make up for that improvement, then maybe it might just be more fun to be going faster. We'll see. For now, though, I'm gonna go see if I can check out the podium before the bonus session.
So, we got a lot of stuff we gotta do for this ceremony.
The Yaris isn't walking away with any awards this year, but plenty of the people that I've shown in these videos did walk away with prizes, so I hope you can be happy for them. The TRD series is ever-changing, and 2022 was insanely competitive. The times that I put down this year would have netted me a podium at nearly every event last year. But no matter what, I'm just happy that my times are improving. And if I want to keep improving, I gotta get more track time, which means going out for this last bonus session. During this session, I was focused on improving, but I was also thinking about how far this little Yaris had come. I hadn't turned a wrench until 4 years ago, and I built this car off of YouTube tutorials and forums. It's gone through many different forms already. It's on its 2nd set of coilovers, its 3rd set of springs, its 2nd set of wheels and tires, and nearly everything that I bought for it initially has been replaced with something better once I learnt more about building cars. This car isn't about succeeding, it's about exceeding expectations. The fact that it's not a perfect platform has taught me how to solve problems both as a driver and as a car builder. It hasn't all been easy though, there are problems on and off of track. And even though this car is doing very, very well for a Yaris, I'd like to get back to being a podium contender in the enthusiast class. So, that means maybe building this out a lot more for next year. Or maybe it means switching to a different car. Thanks very much for watching, whether you've been following the whole season or just this video, and if you liked what you see, consider subscribing because it honestly does really help out. If you do subscribe, look out for those notifications when the TRD series starts up again in 2023.